Welcome back to PDubTV. Today we're going to be talking about 4 different topics.
The school construction, the car attack in Germany, the new life fitness class with Mr. Babs, and teachers versus students to see who's smarter.
First, we're going to be talking about the school construction. The way the school construction is possible is through a bond. The school bond was passed May 2nd, 2023. A bond works by the school deciding what it needs, like an old gym getting fixed or an old classroom. They next will need to figure out how much this will cost. After all that is voting. The school asks the people in the community, like your parents, to vote on whether they agree to help pay for it or not. This usually happens during an election. If most people vote yes, the school can borrow money they need. The school uses the money to make improvements. They might build new classrooms, buy new equipment, or make other upgrades. Over the time, the school district pays the money to the investors, usually through property taxes. Next, we're going to be talking to Mr. Porniga about the school construction. What does the construction look like at this time?
You know, that's a difficult question. We have a number of things going on with construction. Probably the biggest one that students are curious about is the construction of the new cafeteria. I would say that that's probably 4 to 6 months behind schedule at this point due to a number of complications. But for those of us that thought that maybe we could get into the cafeteria this school year, I think that's wishful thinking. If we were able to get into it at all, it'd be at the end of May once the seniors have graduated. As far as other construction projects go, there's a lot of finishes within each classroom that we're looking at and meeting about. A number of teachers have given us their feedback on what still needs to be done and so forth. And then the biggest one coming up that maybe students don't know about is the Phase 3 construction, which is the construction of our new athletic facility out behind the press box at the stadium, and the potential of having turf within the stadium, both for phys ed and athletic competitions.
When do you think a rough estimate for all of this will be done?
We, again, optimistically, we were really hoping for an April 1 move-in. I think the school store and the library are within 2 weeks, 3 weeks of getting that going. You know, I don't know about its functionality. As far as it being open, I can see that, but as far as having products for sale and so forth, I still think we're after spring break, I think is a legitimate timeline. But as far as everything else goes, it'll be ready by next school year. All of our current juniors, when they can step foot back in the building as seniors, everything will be done by then.
Okay, what new things did you do with the bathrooms?
I mean, aside from tile, the biggest thing that I look at is if you went to the middle school bathroom, you saw broken fixtures, you saw holes in walls, you saw non-functioning sinks, non-functioning toilets or urinals. So I think that's the biggest, most important thing is we fixed a lot of the plumbing issues and so forth. I also know that I think it's the juniors that have their lockers across from the bathrooms in the central part of the school. They are ecstatic because the smell and the stench is gone. We figured out what that was over the summertime, and we're glad that that's gone now. But obviously a lot of tiling, new fixtures, and just overall, just the cleanliness, the navy blue and gold, mantra. It looks like our school bathroom now.
Is there any more projects you'd like to see in the future?
We're working on the auditorium right now. That's more of an in-house collaborative effort between Mr. Kirka's Woods 2 classes, Mr. Bayshore, a handful of other students that are helping out in different ways. We do have a line item for that. It's roughly $45,000-$50,000 that we're working with to get things going, like sound and lighting. But if we're redoing sound and lighting, we figure it's best to redo the whole tech booth. So we've been working on that. Again, just in-house, a lot of after-school and weekend hours, but Woods 2 students helping out as well. We will have 47 new fixed seats, and over 30, we'll be able to fit 75 more students comfortably in the auditorium and still be at fire code. So that's a very exciting project, a facelift that's overdue and needed.
Okay, thank you.
Wow, thanks Mr. Porniga on that important update.
Have you heard about that car attack in Germany?
No, we should probably go talk to Fiona about that.
On December 20th, 2024, a terrible attack took place at a Christmas market in Magdeburg, a city in Germany. A 50-year-old man drove his car into a crowd at the market. He killed 6 people, including a 9-year-old, and more than 300 others were injured. This picture shows his destroyed car after driving through the crowd. The attack caused panic, and emergency services arrived quickly to help the victims. Many were taken to the hospital and had some serious injuries. He was arrested shortly after the attack. It shocked the city of Magdeburg and the entire country especially because Christmas is a time when people are meant to be celebrating with their families. Instead, families are left grieving the loss of their loved ones when it's supposed to be a joyful season. It made people worry about safety at public events. In response, German authorities increased the safety at Christmas markets all over the country. This attack reminded people of a similar thing that happened in 2016 when a man drove his truck into a Christmas market in Berlin and killed 12 people. Memorials were held for the victims and people came together to honor the lives lost.
Wow, that's a very interesting story.
Yeah, it was really hard for the people in Germany. Now we're going to talk to Tori about the new life fitness class from Mr. Babb.
Let's talk about some of the benefits that this life fitness class can offer. According to Healthline, there is a long list of benefits from weightlifting. It helps build muscle and is good if you're trying to build up more strength. Weightlifting is also beneficial if you're in a sport and improve your overall health and mood. Also, for people in sports who don't want to risk the risk of getting injured, it can decrease the chances of that happening. Classes like these also can show you how to fuel and eat properly, which is very important for athletes. Now let's hear from Mr. Babb to see what he has to say about this class. What do you say a typical week looks like in this class?
In this class, I'd say we do curls every single day. No, I'm just kidding. We would go, typically, it's 3 days worth of lifting and then 2 days of athletic enhancement. And athletic enhancement means running, jumping, change of direction, and core work. Okay, so we'll a lot of times follow that up with some mindfulness too as well. So it should be, that's typically what a week looks like if we have a 5-day week.
Why do you think kids enjoy this class so much?
I think that the students here enjoy this class so much for a lot of reasons. A, I think they love seeing themselves get better, right? And that is what this class is focused around. But I also think that there's a huge benefit of when you're an athlete, you don't have to lift outside of the school day if you take this class. So that is, I think, the biggest thing for students why they take the class.
Do you think you'll ever add in different activities for future classes?
Yeah, I think that will change a lot of stuff as we develop and grow. We're kind of laying the foundation this year, and every year we're going to build in better stuff. So right now we only do 3 different activities on our athletic enhancement days. We're going to jump that up as the years go on. We'll add in more dynamic mobility stuff. We'll add in more mindfulness to make sure our students' mental space is right as well. And we will hopefully add in some more funsy type stuff, right? Like we're going to add in a Christmas challenge. We'll add in the like some sort of a Thanksgiving themed thing, so that way we can cover all the holidays and get something funsy going on as well.
And then what would you say to people thinking about taking this class next year?
I would say do it. Like I think that if you're thinking about taking this and you have a spot in your schedule, you should definitely try and put yourself out there. It is a jump, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Like it's kind of a jump to get going in this class because it requires dedication, it requires some sweat and like some hard work, but I think every person that took the class would tell you the exact same thing, which is I loved it, I'm glad I took it, and I would do it again. Wow,
good to know about what goes on in that class. Now me, Sophie, and Fiona are going to interview some students and teachers to see who really is smarter.
Who was the first person to step on the moon?
Is it true? Is it really true? Somebody actually landed on the moon? Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong?
Neil Armstrong.
Who was the first person to step on the moon?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I have no idea.
What 2 countries border the United States?
Canada and Mexico.
Mexico and Canada.
Mexico and Canada.
Mexico.
Mexico and Canada.
Canada and Mexico.
Australia.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
And who's the father of the Constitution?
Thomas Jefferson.
I
Oh no. Can we pause and
don't even know who the people are.
Benjamin Franklin.
Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson.
James Madison.
Which is the biggest country in the world?
Australia.
China.
Asia.
Germany?
Oh no 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 no.
I have to think the difference between a continent and a country.
You serious?
Oh gosh. I don't even know.
Russia.
Do you guys know the difference between a country and a continent?
We know Miss Jocelyn doesn't.
That's all the time we've got today. Join us next time on PDubTV.